Hello everybody, welcome back and welcome to my channel. Today we are reading a Monoma X Listener Please Don't Leave Me by Katsushima on Tumblr. Today, when this is going to be posted, it is St. Patrick's Day, hence the little picture that has the 4-leaf clover, the lucky clover of St. Patrick's Day. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy it, and yeah, let's get into it. Ironically, Monoma doesn't like being teased. Everybody would think that the king of teasing can handle a jest or two, but they can't be more wrong. The moment someone teases Monoma, he turns all dark and serious. Sometimes he even throws a fit and starts roasting the crap out of whoever speaks ill of him. Therefore, when his class starts teasing you and him together, Monoma can't handle it. His friendship with you started when you called him out for trash-talking Class 1A too much. Sure, you don't like them either, but what he's doing is very unhero-like. You told him that he had no right to make fun of the top class if he himself can't do anything better. Your words had stung him deeper than every hate he received from Kendo. Because of that, he started to hang around you to constantly show off his high-level skills, to prove that he can be better than the students of Class 1A. At first, you'd call him out for being too egotistical, but after seeing how much he improved as a student from you riling him up, he decided to let him be around you. Obviously, Class 1B students take notice of you and Monoma hanging out together, and so they begin to tease you guys every time the two of you are near each other. Bet I got a higher score than you from the test yesterday, you greet as you stand in front of Monoma's desk before class starts. I heard our teacher is going to hand back the results today. Monoma releases a boastful laugh as he tilts his head to the side. You can never compare to my high grades, YN. I bet you're not even close to the perfect score which I'm sure I got. Out of annoyance, you slam your hands on his table to lean closer to his face. Are you looking down on me? You smirk. A smirk spreads across his lips as he holds your gaze, leaning towards you as well to match your stance. I am better than you, aren't I? Upon entering the classroom, Tetsu notices how close you and Monoma are together. Oh! He exclaims before you can voice out your retort. Monoma and Ryan are about to kiss. The class whips their head at the two of you, cheering the two of you on. Finally, Kendo grins, raising her arm in triumph. We've been waiting for you guys to make a move. The sexual attention is too much for the class. The class cheers and yells out your ship name with Monoma that they made eons ago. Though you feel hot and embarrassed inside, you simply straighten up and roll your eyes at your classmates' usual teasing. You should be used to it, right? But you still can't help but feel awkward and uncomfortable. You're about to say your usual line of telling them that you and the blonde are not together when Monoma stands up from his seat abruptly. When will you all understand that I will never like her? He sighs with utter disgust, finally snapping from months of being shipped with you. I'm sick of you lowlifes howling and whistling whenever I'm with Ryan. We're not in a relationship. She's not even my friend. Get that through your thick skulls. Even though Monoma spoke calmly, his tone dripped with so much malice. Blinking at him, you stumble back, shocked at how much he hated being teased with you. The teacher arrives, leaving you no choice but to sit back in your chair. Your hurt buried in your heart. The atmosphere is gloomy at Monoma's sudden outburst as the teacher does roll call. It's hard to calm yourself down when all you want to do is burst into tears. In all honesty, you didn't mind being shipped with Monoma because you liked him. You actually fell for him despite his boastful nature. The more time you spent with him, the more you realize that he's not just some jerk. Apparently, you were wrong. You know he hates being teased, but you didn't know he hated being matched with you this much. It can be annoying sometimes, but is he really that disgusted by you? Does he think you're not good enough for him? That it's a hindrance to be paired with someone like you? The doubts that swirl in your head were too much to handle, so you raise your hand and ask the teacher if you can go to the clinic, claiming you're not feeling well. As you dash away from the classroom, Monoma sinks lower into his chair. The moment those words spilled out of his mouth, he instantly regretted it. Half of what he said earlier was a lie because he does like you. He wants nothing more than to be in a relationship with you, but it is true that he's sick of all the teasing. He's sick of you looking uncomfortable every time you guys are being teased. How you'd always put distance between you and him whenever this happened. You're not his friend because you're his crush. But how can he be in that way with you when you're always pushing him away? Besides, Monoma really doesn't like being teased. His pride won over him and finally snapped because he hates the way people are making fun of him. He doesn't like eyes on him because sometimes he just wants to watch you without any distractions, but he can't do that knowing that someone is bound to call him out. When you come back from the clinic for the second class, Monoma can't help but release a sigh of relief. His relief quickly switches to concern when you don't even spare him a glance like you usually do. Monoma knows it's his fault, that he should go over to you and apologize, but his stupid pride won't let him. So, he tries a different approach. During break, he purposely goes over to Bakugo's table to make fun of him. As Bakugo angrily retorts to Monoma's jest, he glances around the room, expecting you to pop up and scold him for being a joke. "Oi, listen to me, you pipsqueak," Bakugo demands when he notices that Monoma isn't paying attention. The condescending blonde doesn't even feel the satisfaction of making Bakugo angry anymore. He's too preoccupied with the thought of you, his desire for you to come over and nudge him for acting stupid. But you never came. For the next few days, you don't talk to Monoma at all. His periwinkle eyes still follow you as he watches you talk to everyone in the class, but him. Despite having the feeling of being watched, you force yourself to never glance at Monoma, knowing fully well that you won't be able to resist him once you look at him. Ignoring him takes a toll on Monoma. He's more snarky, his comments more hurtful than usual, although never directed at you. Obviously, the class notices. "Just solve the love quarrel already," Tetsu groans to you. "Sick of him always pointing out my mistakes." "Even Kabara is getting annoyed," Asawe speaks up, "and he's usually so stoic and uncaring." You shake your head, your heart dropping at the reminder that you're not speaking in speaking terms with your favorite person. It's not a love quarrel, in case you guys didn't hear. He doesn't want anything to do with me. Why would I talk to him when he feels that way? They sigh at your stubbornness, knowing that you're not going to talk to Monoma until he does it first. But they also know that his pride is too huge. Little do they know that he's actually breaking. It's been too long since you directed your pretty smile at him, and it's making him crazy. He musters up the courage to finally talk to you, but it's so hard for him. He's never been a humble person. He never stooped low and begged for someone's forgiveness. Monoma needs courage, but since the only person who can give him that isn't talking to him, he settles for the next best thing. The bench out of their school's garden where the two of you would sit sometimes. As he walks out of the classroom alone to go to the garden, he remembers an especially fond memory of you. On that bench, you'd force Monoma to sit still so you can rest your head on his lap, taking a quick nap before the next class starts. He pretended to hate it, but after teasing you shortly, he'd sit still and you'd close your eyes, completely trusting him. Never will he admit it, but he liked to watch you rest on him, his heart happy knowing that you can depend on him. He wishes for those days to come back, and he feels as if his wish came true when he sees you sitting on the bench laying down on your backpack instead of his lap. In the end, his feelings for you win over his pride. Even though he knows he looks stupid, he runs to you without saying anything. He raises your head up to rest on his lap. You immediately know who bothered your nap, so you stand up and walk away. Your attempt fails as his hand wraps around yours and yanks you back down beside him. Please don't leave me, Monoma begs in a soft voice, gripping your hand tightly. You turn away from him with a wince, your heart breaking at the sound of his strong voice trembling. Hear me out, Ryan, please. The lump in his throat expands when you grab your hand away from him. When he realizes that you're still there, that you just crossed your arms, he swallows the bubble. Even though you're not looking at him, he's glad that you're giving him the chance to apologize. I'm sorry, he says, the words feeling foreign from his tongue. Look, aside from the fact that I'm sick of being teased, I didn't mean the things I said. I'm the one who didn't accept that I liked you, the only real friend I have. I didn't want to ruin our friendship because of silly feelings, and I feel like it was slowly deteriorating every time we got teased. Monoma clears his throat as he scooches closer to you. I didn't want any part of our relationship to be forced or for you to feel uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm sorry for how I worded it. Though your body wants nothing but to swirl around and look at him, you hold your ground. Why didn't you apologize to me earlier? It took me a while to realize I'd rather be made fun of than you leaving me. Hearing that high and mighty Monoma beg you not to leave him and admit that he'd rather be teased, something he absolutely hated, than not have you is enough for you to finally turn around. You missed him dearly too. The past few days have been shitty without Monoma annoying you 24/7. He doesn't even realize that you turned around because his eyes are trained on the ground. A smile spreads across your lips as you pounce on him, wrapping your hands around him as he falls to the back support of the bench. Of course I never leave you, you breathe out against the crook of his neck. I still have a lot to teach you about manners, you know. From your embrace and your light-hearted words, the heavy weight on Monoma's shoulders disappear. He hugs you back as tightly, his hands making its way to your head to caress it softly. And I'm still waiting for the day that you actually best me. Your chest and his chest rumble together in laughter, all the angsty feelings gone, replaced with joy. You just stay in his arms for a while on the bench. You two spent a lot of time together, happy to have him back. The sound of gasps and shrieks make you jump back in surprise, realizing that your classmates caught you guys. You're about to scooch away when Monoma pulls you back into his chest, ignoring your classmates' howls and cheers. You don't care? You ask against his chest. Monoma shakes his head, kissing the crown of yours. I told you, I don't mind a little teasing as long as I'm with you. Then his grip on you tightens. They'll just have to pay later, though. You can only laugh, knowing that your teasing classmates will experience hell from Monoma later. And that is the fanfiction. I hope you all enjoyed. Happy St. Patrick's Day, unless I don't post this on St. Patrick's Day. Then happy day before St. Patrick's Day. And I will see you all next time. Bye!